We're live. Welcome back. We are maybe tonight finishing up the Outer Wilds.
Yeah, we don't have all that much left to do.
We don't have all that left to do. There's quite a specific thing. I don't know how to do it.
The thing where we get a warp core.
I was just saying before we came on that I named the stream Triage, which I'd love to just chat a little bit about beforehand. It was a term, like, I knew the term before, but you introduced it to me yesterday in a way that I think is really helpful. Talking about right now, triage is the state where you're having to make kind of... Do you have a definition, Tam?
It's a situation in which you have limited resources and you need to make decisions about how to allocate them in a way that means that there are people who concretely lose out. Like, it's not a situation where you have like some bonus to hand out and only some people get it. It's a situation where you only have a certain amount of oxygen, for example, and you need to decide who gets it and who doesn't.
Maybe fair to call it a negative-sum game.
Yeah, I think maybe that's fair.
And that, I think, is a really good description of why we're starting social distancing and isolation and talking a lot about like flattening the curve. Because that's what we really want to avoid.
I mean, just to introduce this in a way that we were discussing it yesterday, this is a concept I've been familiar with since I read the young adult thriller, I would say. Can't remember the title, but it was by Caroline B. Cooney, who wrote a ton of thrillers along these lines about a jumbo jet crash in like the woods of Vermont that ended up being near the backyard of someone who had rich parents, and like so you follow the lives of like some people who were on the plane and some people in the town who respond to this. And it is a situation where like emergency resources and medical resources are scarce, and there are certain decisions that have to be made about who deserves what, and so not everybody makes it. And this is it's a fictional situation, obviously. But that was my first exposure to the term, and then I didn't think about it again until Radiolab came out with an episode about this exact topic, probably about 5 years ago now. And I was struck listening to the Radiolab episode. I think they searched quite far and wide to find illustrative real-world examples of these things happening. But they really struggled. Every example that they presented on the show, I think they went in depth into sort of three situations. Every example was workaroundable, at least in retrospect, in some way. There was some sense in which if you had perfect information at the time, you wouldn't have been forced to make these decisions. So there's a very tragic example of this happening in a hospital in New Orleans a few days after Hurricane Katrina, where the doctors and nurses who were stranded at the hospital with their patients at the time had no idea when help was coming. And as far as they could tell, they were on their own for the indefinite future, essentially. And there's decent forensic evidence that they made the choice to euthanize some very sick patients in that scenario. And shortly after that, kind of within 24 hours, help did arrive. But they had no way of knowing that would happen, obviously. And I am, I don't endorse anyone's actions, obviously, but I don't think anyone was acting out of evil intent. I think the outcome probably could properly be described as evil in that situation. But, you know, it's obviously very, very difficult. But that is a situation in which, like, someone from the future, going back, interacting with those people would have said, like, just hold on. Like, this isn't actually a triage situation. You think it is, but it's not. And all of their examples followed those lines. Like, there wasn't. And it probably, I mean, I don't know, when you're in a global pandemic and resources are scarce kind of worldwide, like the mass resources are depleted everywhere. I don't know if that's a perfect information triage isn't necessary anymore situation. You might truly be in a situation where triage is necessary even in principle, and I don't know. So,
because I think
I should also say just one more point. Triage is a word that's used in much more mundane situations as well as these extremes, like nurses who are deciding how urgent a sort of admission to an emergency room is. That's called triage. So does this person get admitted right away? Can they sort of sit in a waiting room for a while? Do they need immediate surgery? That's a triage operation too.
So I think we've been seeing over the last few days a lot of social media making its way out of Italy. And the reason this phrase, when you introduced me to it, struck me so much is it's a really good single word to describe the state that Italy is currently in, where people are having to make decisions of like, I'm a doctor and we're completely overstretched, and
we only have a certain number of ventilators in the hospital.
Do I look after this patient or that patient? Although it can, a doctor never has a this is the clear right decision. I think they rarely have to be like.
I mean, we're already, I should say, Italy is obviously farther along in this epidemic or pandemic than other places. But there are decisions analogous to these that are being made at smaller scales, at least in the US. Like, there isn't much testing available, and the decision seems to have come down intentionally or not from on high that like testing will not be made available to most people. That just, we've kind of skipped right over that stage, and we're now in like, if you have any symptoms, stay at home.
And I called the NHS today because we found out that someone who has coronavirus-like symptoms we've been in close contact with, to be like, can we get a test? And I got kind of the same advice, like, we're not testing anymore. If you have symptoms, stay home.
And that's because the healthcare system cannot accommodate testing people who might be healthy at this point. Like, they are stretched to the point already where they need to focus their attention on people who are symptomatic. Like,
they may not even have much to gain from testing in general at this point. Like, it might be like, well, it doesn't really matter if you test positive or negative. You might eventually. Anyway, it's really easy to say this stuff, even if we don't intend it in a fear-mongery way, and that's really not what we're trying to put out. But I think for people who are like, I don't know how seriously I should be taking this, and I don't know what state it's in, I think it's fair to say that everyone, although they themselves may not be in a state of triage, every area in the world will have people in a state of triage, in a state of overstretched to the point where harmful, quite possibly life and death decisions are being had to made by being had.
I mean, this also just makes me think it's really important to recognize that this is a state of mind that a lot of people will be in, because it's very easy, I think, to make bad decisions when you've convinced yourself that it's a negative-sum game. Where you're like, well, someone is going to lose out in any case, so I might as well just do this thing. And maybe that's true in some cases. There probably will be a lot of decisions that come down to nothing better than random chance. But there will be cases where, with a bit of thought, there's a better outcome. And that's a very difficult state of mind to shift back into, I think, once you've convinced yourself that you're in this scarcity mindset and mentality. To then step back and say, oh, no, actually, we probably could solve this one a bit better. That takes a lot of cognitive resources that people might just not have at their command.
Because triage is not like, it's not a single state. There's kind of a ladder of it, and like, at the very least, it's kind of like, this patient seems to have recovered. We'll kick them out earlier than we say we will on our books. And at the absolute worst, it's we're going to stop sending medical supplies to this part of the country because there's little chance of stopping the spread of the disease. And there's all these steps in between, and actions we take now will change where at our worst we end up on that ladder and how long we spend on each rung of that ladder. And that's when now is a pretty good time to be thinking about actions and to be looking to people who you think you can trust for opinions on it. Be pretty skeptical of that, because there's going to be so much opinion going around. Like, we're not infallible. We're going to try our best. Maybe this is really naive of me. I hope that we can provide good advice and put our hands up when we can't. But we're going to be learning new stuff all the time, and we're going to be.
I mean, we're in a situation where there's a lot of conflicting information already,
Yeah.
and this sort of top-down advice is changing quite quickly. Like today, it was that the UK switched over into, I think, what they're calling
delay phase,
which they're recommending social distancing, not complete self-isolation, but canceling large gatherings and encouraging kind of interpersonal distance and that sort of thing.
Mm.
But that wasn't the recommendation just yesterday. Yesterday it was kind of live your life and seek testing if you show symptoms. And a lot has changed just in 24 hours. A lot has changed. So, and I think that's true in the U.S. as well. I've only heard reports from here in the U.S. So.
But yeah, I wanted in our little kind of most podcasty session before we start the game and get a bit distracted. I wanted to put that set of thoughts out there because I think that's I really appreciate that you give me the words to describe it in that way, because it being quite a specific state that you can kind of see the delineations of and say, this is what we want. And right now, what that basically means is we want to reduce the growth rate as much as possible. This will grow exponentially for a while.
That's kind of
words like nothing is dangerous, but yeah,
we're in.
basically nothing we can do to stop this growing exponentially. But it can grow exponentially at 33% a day, or I shared a graph on Twitter earlier. In Italy now, it's growing at about 22% a day, and that is a huge change. 33 to 22. That's over months. That can be factors of 2, factors of 10.
Yeah.
So that's if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this any time in the future and you're like, I don't know what to do now and it's scary but I'm not really sure what to do, that's kind of your priority, and there's various ways to do that. We're practicing social distancing for a number of reasons, but including that like a lot of advice out there will be like, I'm not saying this because I support it, wash your hands, you animals, or like just stop touching your face. And I didn't think I could stop touching my face very easily. Like, it's just a thing I do all the time. So
I mean, I don't think anyone can really. We're all in the habit of touching our face, and you can do your best, but one face touch, touch your face as minimally as possible. You know, like it's not a binary category. You either have or haven't touched your face. No, it's as little as possible. That is, it's a continuous thing. Like that is better to touch your face less, but it is true that it requires breaking a very ingrained habit, and over just a couple days of trying to break it, I don't think anyone will have succeeded.
Yeah.
So do what you can.
And
we happen to have jobs that it won't affect the economy at all if we stay home and do them instead.
Yeah, we may even get into a better working habit than we do at work. Because we go to a lot of lectures that don't matter.
So we're obviously in a unique situation in that respect. This is kind of not costing anybody anything for us to be here.
I was thinking earlier, we're so lucky. Like, we have our little house here, and it's ours and we share it, but we kind of have the whole house. If you're a lot of undergrads will have been sent home in the last few days, but a lot of grad students, and I kind of expect that's going to be some fraction of the people watching this, because that's the age we are. A lot of grad students and even young professionals, either postdocs or even like that, will live in shared accommodation with others and will be kind of confined to their room, even cooling spaces. They kind of will have to make their decisions about. We're lucky in having a relatively wide, small world.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe my last thought, just to finish up on this before we get started, is some media sources and some individuals in your social networks will probably try and use shame as a motivator. Yeah. And if that works for you, great. Shame yourself away, but even then maybe
also,
not.
if it works for you, and if you believe it works for you, I'd like to just encourage you to re-examine that belief. There's a lot of evidence that it doesn't work, even when it comes internally. It's not the best way. There might be a better way out there. I struggle with this myself all the time. I shame myself for procrastinating, but almost always that just guarantees that I fall deeper into the shame spiral and get less done. So try to forgive yourself for touching your face, I'm trying to say.
Yeah, try to forgive yourself and just build better habits over time by enabling. Enabling rather than shame is a really good philosophy.
Yeah, what I was thinking, I had a thought that I'm not sure if, I I'm not sure if it will work or not, but I think it's probably worth a shot, which is I might get some nail polish and paint my nails just as a visual reminder. Like if I see my hand in my field of vision, keep it away from my face. Like this probably will only work for you if you never paint your nails, which I don't.
I guess I'm planning to just face touch and stay in the house, but
I want to maintain the option of getting out a little bit. I think that's important for my mental health.
I think that is, and even if you're social distancing, and you have to be very careful with this, even if you're self-isolating, going out the house is not a thing that, it's not a crime, it's not a thing that you should be very deeply judged for. You just be very careful in this time. But if you go for a walk in a park on your own and that helps you, like, for a lot of people, particularly younger people, the mental health burden of what's going to come in the next few months will be as large or larger than the physical health burden. So look after that. Last point on the shame thing, like you will see people who are trying to shame you into behaviours.
Twitter sucks for this.
Oh yeah. And by shame we mean stuff like when people are like, oh, everyone washes their hand. What kind of monster wouldn't wash their hand? Like,
I wash my hands already because I'm not an unhygienic monster. Yeah.
Some people feel really validated in things that they've been shaming people for a long time and double down on their shaming.
Yeah.
Like,
I should say also, like, nobody's going to be as good about this as they think themselves to be. I really thought I was on top of the hand washing. I did not realize 20 seconds was the standard. I had no idea. I thought I was like, I'm getting all my hand surfaces, like, including like between and under the nails and all that. Like I thought I really had it down, but no, it's a long ass time, 20 seconds. So for like the past adult life I've led, I've not been washing my hands as well as I thought I had.
Whereas I might be cancelled over this. If you're out there and you're the great unwashed, you'll be not necessarily as good at hand washing as you know that you probably should be. I'm with you.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of self-righteousness that I think I would have inappropriately felt on this topic if I hadn't been corrected gently and encouragingly. And shame would only have hurt me in that respect.
But yeah, if you find something that's what people are encouraging you to do and they're only using shame, one of the really important things I want to say to people is that don't be pushed away from it just because people are only shaming you. I think there is a danger of people feeling shamed about not social distancing right or not washing their hands right, and so not doing it because they don't want to be shamed. So if you're talking to others or if you're just hearing things yourself, try and always look for good information and then turn that information into a way that enables people and makes them kind of see how they can help and see what they can do to be better, rather than showing them how they're bad or what they are doing that is wrong.
Shall we resume expedition?
Yeah. I like our 20-minute pre-podcast.
Oh, me too.
So let's go look at our computer because
we should.
I don't really know exactly where to find.
It's been probably 3 weeks since we last
did
true. This, and I think we've both forgotten a little bit where we were.
In my head, the major goal at this point is getting a warp core to power the ship.
Right, and we also haven't really figured out about the Ash Twin project. What's that one on the left? Black Hole
Forge.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, we didn't find a way into that, and that's kind of that's what we maybe thought was the next thing.
Yes.
The Ash Twin Towers point to the Black Hole Forge. Is it possible that there's...
Right, we thought we wanted to go back to the Ash Twin and try to warp into the Black Hole Forge or some such.
Oh yeah.
Was that the idea?
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
So how do we...
Is there anything left to do on the Ember Twin?
That might also be how we were intended to get to the Sun Station, and we just didn't do it.
Well, we could try that too, because I think we only explored half of the Sun Station.
No, we explored all the Sun Station. I don't know if you remembered, but someone flew the ship.
Yeah, you flew the ship like a great pilot.
Yeah.
No, but wasn't there half of it that we didn't make it into? Like the other half across the bridge?
I went to both sides. I can't think of any reason why we wouldn't.
No, I think we were trying, but then we lost our flight path. Like we fell into the sun.
I don't think that happened.
Okay.
But also, there's nothing. There's a little thing which will say when you've got more stuff that you need to do.
I think that's fine. Yeah. Was there anything left on the Ember Twin?
I don't think so. I mean, there might be more in the vessel, but that's fine.
Yeah, we're going back.
Have we? There's nowhere else actually that it's saying.
Cool.
That there's more to do, which is good news. Because we did have more to look at in the Hanging City and things like
Right.
that.
The Sunless City as well.
Yeah,
We
but
finished that up, it looks like.
yeah, where is Sunless City? Old settlements. I have no idea what Sunless City is, but yeah, that looks like the only thing that we're really liking now. Like, it's not clear. We just went in here. It's not clear exactly how this connects to everything else. So I guess Ash Twin. We've got a little bit of time. I wonder if we need a walk call from the. There's a place in the in-between where they have warp cores.
Oh yeah, that sounds right. Let's try to do that. That was the lab, right?
Yeah,
Which
the
we do need
high-energy
to
lab.
do right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the lab.
That might be completely unnecessary, but better than arriving and not having it.
Right.
Because I was thinking last time we played this, I was worried that I don't quite see the way forward at this point. I also definitely don't remember the best way to get into the in-between, but
Yeah, I think if we land.
if we land near the cannon, there's a
Yeah.
little way in.
How is it?
Get out of the way, Ash Twin.
Shan't.
You really shan't.
Strong shan't.
Okay, now stop. God.
Shan't.
This is down, right? Yes. No, Ash.
Shan't.
Gonna do this in.
Oh yeah. Ah! Whatever.
Everything's fine. We don't actually want to land in there.
No, we
We just want to land near. What do we put on?
Did you damage the suit? Did you damage the ship?
Yeah, a little
Tiny
bit.
bit. We don't need to fix it right now.
I don't even. We must damage from some of the landing gear. So, somewhere.
It was over by some rocks. Yeah, back there.
Yeah, this seems right. Over by some rocks. Only semi-helpful on this planet.
It was leaning away. Like the cannon was leaning away from it.
I
Yeah.
think it's down here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there it is.
Then we got some ghost matter.
Right.
I think it's over here that we can go. We maybe could jump all the way down, but
I don't think we want to.
we do want to be at the very bottom. But
We
I
do,
agree
but
that we.
I think that this chamber doesn't go all the way to the bottom. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm just talking. Yeah, there we go. So if
Okay.
we get onto that platform, we can light up the way to the lab.
Oh yeah, we can land up the way specifically to the lab, can't we? Anglerfish overlook. Who cares? Stepping stone. Who cares? Energy lab trailhead. Ooh.
Did that not go? Did not.
Did not stick. There you go.
I just cannot state enough how much I love that this chamber is filling with sand all the time.
Pretty sure it's this way.
Just
I
obsessed
think
with
it
that
follows
fact.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simply cannot get enough of it. Oh God. Yeah, please, yeah, stick with that thing
Yeah.
because there's quantum biz.
No, I don't think this is the quantum one. It's not the one where
That was
it
so
was quantum
upsetting.
and the sand was filling up, and we did eventually make it.
We
but,
did make it, but it was awful. Dislike.
oh god. Oh yeah, we can't get through this. There's also a time limit this way.
Right.
So we've just got to wait for this to fill up now, I think. We can try again.
Right.
Can I knock these over with the... No, it just gets knocked down.
Right, yeah, no, down.
Yeah, no, we got to wait. Will they ever?
No, any more lines of that
Oh,
song.
they're never gonna keep you down.
I literally can only learn one 3-line song every day. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. You take some bacon and you put it in a pancake.
A friend of mine who is a doctor.
Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make.
Last line?
That's the last line.
That's not the last line.
Woo, was it wee? Woo? I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Don't just make up noises.
It was a noise, wasn't it?
Oh,
That's the last line.
my friend who's a doctor played video games with me this weekend because he can't go to hang out with his partner's parents because he's been hella exposed.
Mm-hmm.
To quote it directly, he's been exposed plus plus plus.
Poor guy. Wait, can you confirm or deny the last line of the song?
Bacon pancakes.
I should have guessed that too.
Uh-huh. Okay. Almost there. Just sneaky boy? No.
Do not. Don't approach. What's that picture of a dog who's like...
Ow. I think I'm still standing. Oh no, I'm not standing on them anymore. Because. So now we have limited time while it fills up this last bit.
Do not approach me. I am not friendly or something.
Aww.
It's like anxious, do not.
Is it the
touch.
duck who's like,
No.
I just like to stand here? Don't worry about me?
No, it's a dog. It's.
Okay, so this is some
Oh,
bad
please,
bits.
yeah, please give me space. That's what it says.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're a down one? How do we get up? Crossing the bridge feels right. I wonder if we could get up to that down one without going all this way.
Yeah, I think we wondered this last time,
I'd actually check that out.
but I think we gotta.
Things fine. We made it.
Do we have suit damage still?
No.
Oh yeah, here we are. Can we take these?
Yeah.
Can we just take them?
Yeah, I don't even...
Did we notice like which half we needed for the? Do we need both halves for the?
I
the
actually
ship?
have no idea.
Can we just take them and put them in our ship?
I think we're gonna just take them and like we could take most things, and just go around.
How do we get two though? Like how do we get? We'd have to do that whole circuit again.
I mean, maybe we only need one.
Yeah. Let's try it with this one first, and then if this doesn't work for some reason.
So which one do we want to go to, just for?
We want to go to the Black Hole Forge, no?
Yes. So that's on.
That's on Brittle Hollow.
Which one of these is Brittle Hollow?
So that's the sun.
Yep.
That's the Ember and Ash Twin.
Yep.
Is that Timberhearth
I think that might. Yeah, I think that must be Timber.
and Brittle Hollow?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's.
I mean, they go in order of the planets, so
Hmm.
so it's the triangular boy.
Door out.
Oh yeah, once this is open, we can just come and go.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So if we wanted to, we could go back and get the other half of what we're for and put it on our ship.
We could even bring the ship over here,
Mm.
which would have been easier than this now. I realise.
Well, we needed the ship over there to get down in the first place, no?
So this is the Yeah, look. I think we could have just come along.
No, we can't get in there, can we?
Oh no, because there's ghost matter.
Yeah.
Can I get back up there now? Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Where is our ship? Half the fuel, that's all we need, probably. I'm going in the opposite direction to the way we've come. So let's go this way. If we ever work out a way to get through ghost matter, that would be just swell.
Yeah, it's very upsetting when they don't go the right direction. If it just went up, that would solve everybody's problems. Why did they build it to go down?
Okay. Drop, drop, drop.
Shit.
Buckle up.
Oh yeah, we should fix the ship.
Okay. Where's the damage? It looks
It
fine.
does look fine.
Can I not do it while I'm holding this? Oh, that looks a bit damaged.
Yeah, just a bit. Oh,
That
it was
was-
only 84% fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Put it? No, you can't put it down. Which?
Oh, refuel, by the way.
Oh yeah. And a med kit. So I think we might be limited to just having the one,
That's
because
fine.
I couldn't see any way to put it down in
Well,
there.
let's go to the Ash Twin and see if
Yeah.
we need a different one or something.
So it's not that one.
I think that's the
That's the
twins.
sun.
That's the sun. This will be Giant's Deep. And it'll be the next one that we want. And don't park on it because of the sand.
No offense, but Ash.
Don't call me Ash.
Oh, that joke did not deserve that laugh, but wrong one maybe.
Okay, well,
Unless it's just gonna go when we. I can't actually remember exactly how it works.
no, neither can I. I think it does need.
I can drop the warp core.
I don't know.
But it does
can't-
seem to have one.
Yeah, wait, let's just keep looking up, see what happens. That's home. No, that's Giant's
Giant's Deep. I have a feeling it might be when the ash is on the exact opposite side of the planet.
Oh, this is the one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Woo!
And we are down by the bottom
Where
of the black hole forge.
are we?
Oh no, we're up by the top. We're looking down.
Oh,
It worked
fuck.
perfectly.
Oh good, that works. That worked
Yeah.
perfectly.
I must not leave the
Oh yeah, read that.
Probably even made some time.
Hell yeah.
Black
Yeah,
hole
don't
forge
leave
left.
don't leave the cool
Yeah.
the cool floor. That's the good floor. Don't leave it. Oh, I'm so happy we figured that out.
Yeah. We didn't even need to do this whole getting this bit, but
But we'll need to for the thing eventually, right? So you'd get me the vessel.
yes. Is it possible we need the black hole forge to be up here?
I can't imagine.
Warp core does not fit.
Drop it on the ground.
I could imagine. Let's see if there's anything we can do to make the elevator work now.
I feel like there's
Otherwise,
gotta be a way.
otherwise it might be another trip. Sorry.
I mean, that's just intensely frustrating because I don't understand how you'd have time
I think
given
you-
the constraints to get. Oh, we wouldn't need to go down into the lab again.
Yeah. So we can return for free. What is this? Oh,
Ooh. This feels good.
well this I think would
Oh,
take
was
us
this the thing that we couldn't get to last time? Yeah, okay.
outside. Yeah.
This might go outside, so let's
I would actually try it because I think these are the things.
Yeah, that's right, because that's the one that we couldn't get up.
Yeah, they're both broken, annoyingly.
Can we just make absolutely sure that there's nothing else to...
Yeah.
to do?
Unless it's possible that we can actually just jump up it, and I was just not doing well at that. Because we need... Well, yeah, I'm going to try it. So. Take me home.
Country roads?
Yeah. This is probably just one of those.
Take me home.
This is the one that if we could just go down it, everything would be fine.
Can we warp back and then warp forth again? Can we fix that?
This is the place where you often walk from the Whitehall station.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to remember also, this would be useful anyway, the most efficient way down into the Hanging City.
So there's like a glacial pool somewhere.
Yeah, that was our plan. Yeah, it's over here. Somewhere. Isn't it? Did I ever show you the video about the economy of Fallout 76?
I don't think so.
That's someone just reminded me of it. That's fascinating. I should show you it. About them basically realising that they're not making enough money out of their in-game market, and so continuously changing how it works and what the conditions of it are. So I'm not sure if we'll have enough time to do it this time, but because there is the thing of if we warp to the Whitehall station, we get to magically our ship reappears.
Yes. Does it?
Yeah, I think it goes and meets us there.
Oh.
So we want the one where we're allowed to move the forge.
Which I think is farther down. Farther up?
I actually don't know if this is up or down where I'm going,
I
but
think we're going up. Because that's the forge up there.
up actually seems more likely to me. No, it isn't, is it?
Yeah, it is farther down.
Let's just check again that it isn't here, because we're going past it.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to remember where it would be. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. And we're absolutely sure that we can't make it up to the top. It's just by those elevator shafts.
Let's have another look while we're here. It is a bit of a race against time, this, but don't let it stress you out too much. I'm actually very good at video games, and
Folksies, very good at video games.
not to show off, because that's not the one we can get through. It's just the one that's actually things broken in the way. The other side. Oh, it's also broken in the way.
So wait, can we look up just so we can get a sense of things? And we were absolutely certain there's no way to just jet ourselves up there and stick to the ceiling. I don't know if we've tried it so directly. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see a way. We even tried jumping from somewhere. Tried jumping from up there.
We tried jumping onto the forge. We didn't try jumping up to the ceiling.
Oh, true. I think there's some ghost matter around here, so let's be careful. But the good news is, if we miss... Oops. Whoa! Hello. Can I go straight up? What?
Ah, that was so close.
Don't even know if this is the right way.
Yeah, I think it is. Maybe there's some other way.
Ow! see if there's another way. I could definitely just... No, that's the same place.
Nice.
Oh, we can't even get out of this one. Or can we?
I don't remember.
So we could just jump up here. So I could jump over to here. The thing is, we're just kind of behind stuff. Well, if we miss, we'll land in the black hole.
Yeah, that's fine. It really feels like there's fighting gravity.
Oh, ow.
No.
I don't understand. Alright, so we go there first.
Yeah.
Put the thing up.
Yeah.
Which gives us time because we actually don't need to do any of the stuff we did on the in-between.
Yeah, no, we just need to go straight to the astron.
Look at all that holding the core that we did for no reason.
Fucking idiots. This
Just
is
a pair of
family
idiots with a
channel.
warp core.
It's like a family channel. Do you have a time limit after which it's no longer a family channel? Watershed. You have a watershed on Jake the Brick Radio.
Oh, I like hearing it said out loud. It sounds,
Yeah.
you know, it sounds kind of...
I like it, I do. We've been watching a lot of Adventure Time recently as well. Which is just delightful.
By which you mean I always watch a lot of Adventure Time
I know,
because
but
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
catching-
it's the
I-
keys to life.
I'm catching up. I'm watching it for the first time. And,
What do you mean? Oh, you missed...
Lewis, I'm on your side here.
What? Do you remember when I piloted away from the, like, anglerfish?
You piloted away from the anglerfish, and also you did land us on the sun station.
Yeah.
When I think we were supposed to warp there.
And also, we've got to share a house for weeks at a
I
time.
know. Oh, I wanted to tell you. We were discussing earlier that this upcoming corona self-isolation reminds me a lot of the feeling of being snowed in. Growing up on the East Coast, we would maybe once every 5 years get a substantial blizzard that would close school for a few days. Kind of up to a week or a week and a half at a time. And you've seen my parents' house, the driveway is sort of unnavigable if there's snow on the ground, so we were ourselves be snowed in at
Whoa.
home.
No, go back in, go back in, go
Do
back
you
in.
have the suit on?
Go back in! Why wouldn't you?
Suit!
I'm very good at video games.
Anyway, there was once that I was...
Oh, I was just really engaged by your story.
I was snowed in at Jackie's house once. She was my best friend in high school, and I was at her house for a sleepover, and there was a big snowstorm overnight. And, like, you know, the roads are impassable. Like, you gotta wait till the roads are clear. You can't leave. And she lives, like, 20 miles from my parents' house. It's not, like, a nearby situation. So I was just snowed in there for, like, 3 nights until the roads were clear again. Oh, we were at each other's throats. We were so unhappy. We were both like, oh, this is too much friend time.
It's gone. The Quantum Moon is here. I always like when the Quantum Moon is...
Just a good bud.
Yeah. Oh, where are you? No, you're there. Are you always there? Don't tell me about it.
Anyway, I don't think you and I will be at each other's throats too soon. Mostly because, unlike a sort of teen and girl friendship where you're still working out like how not to hurt other people, I think you and I are both comfortable saying to each other like, I need a break.
Yeah.
Like, we don't necessarily need to watch Must Love Dogs again. Jackie only had like 3 rom-coms on DVD.
I'm not aware of Must Love Dogs. Whoa, 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 whoa. Really good at games. That actually was the autopilot doing that.
Yeah, that wasn't too
And
bad.
me fighting it.
Yeah, because like you don't know if you're at someone else's house, especially like at age 16 when you kind of like can't sort of assert yourself. Put on a suit.
Already put it on when I got in the ship. Because what kind of idiot would not?
But yeah, you're kind of just like dependent on their family routines. You don't really know how to like fit into the culture of someone else's family. And that's a really like tough social situation when you're already like an awkward kid and you don't know what's up.
Which I can report, luckily, when you are first getting to know the family of your partner in adult life, it's completely fine and it's fixed.
Oh, it's fully. This is I can attest that I still suffer from a lot of this awkwardness. It's all like self-inflicted, really. Like no one's ever given me reason to be like, you're acting. We think you're acting weird.
Yeah. I don't actually know how to get out from here. I guess maybe we can go up there. No, that's where we just came down. I would go to the white hole.
We could go to the white hole.
I like it there.
Yeah, it's nice. Ship?
Well, if not ship, we could just warp.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, warp. I like warp.
No ship. Ship is 13 kilometers. Yeah, ship is... Yeah, because this warps us right back to next to it.
Yeah, right next to its ship. And then we can go to the Ash Twin from there.
And then, with the warp core, we've got to go through past the anglerfish, which is...
Yeah, I would treat that as a separate journey from this.
Well, I think we have to do it together, because we can't keep the warp core between lives.
No, but aren't we going to the black hole station just to explore the black hole station? And then
yeah, true.
We could get a warp core from the lab again.
I think it's a different kind of warp core, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, let's see what's in the black hole station.
Yeah.
And you might be right.
So, when you line up at the little hollow, that's not that.
Not that. It's the
It's
sun. It's that one. Well, it just works really well.
yeah, it's a good system. I don't need extra fuel. There's fuel in the ship. I can burn all the fuel I want. That's how climate change happens. Fuel jetpack. Keep the suit on.
Ash twin. Ash twin. Ash twin. Oh, you're gonna autopilot into the sun.
I'm just going to fly there myself because I agree that is what would happen. Just get down beyond the sun and now turn the autopilot on. Are we going to autopilot into that? I don't know if I'm like if the autopilot minds me like looking around. So apparently gravity is hugely reduced by these planets than what it should be. Because this is a live gravity simulation, the whole thing. Which I only partially realised. There's a lovely Super Bunny Hop video that I've only watched half of because I'm a bad watcher. Where he talks about this and also just as a young person recreating physics he was interested in Gary's mod. And I'm like, yeah, the kids are alright. I mean, he is significantly older than us. But still. We got time.
We do have time. I still find it quite difficult to keep track of what happens when relative to everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the top.
So, I don't know where, but it'll be somewhere on here.
This is a view I don't know if I've seen before.
Of the sand pouring down. I guess we haven't hung out on here while we've got time to kill before.
Yeah, we kind of haven't had a reason to.
I think if we go in it, we might be pulled off.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's another rom-com I've seen many, many times. Also, that movie sucks. Like, it's just not very fun to watch. Don't get it
remember
mixed
that
up
one.
with 10 Things I Hate About You.
No, 10 Things I Hate About You is,
Delightful.
yeah.
Recommend anytime. No, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is Kate Hudson works at a magazine as a columnist who writes like cheesy like diet advice and relationship advice and like just very fluffy like nonsense stuff. But she has a journalism degree and she's hankering to write pieces like the top 10 ways to fix the political station in Turkmenistan. But her editor is like, Andy, we can't run this. Her name is Andy because she's cool.
Yeah.
Her editor is like, we can't run this because this is a magazine where we don't run political stuff. But it seems to be like if Andy can like really just get on her boss's good side, her boss will let her run this story, which makes no sense at all. And so her boss tells her, Andy, if you write the piece How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, then you can run your political piece after that. And this is inspired by...
You'll have proved it. You'll have your Pulitzer.
Exactly. This is inspired by Andy has a friend who's very bad at dating and is constantly driving people away by being too clingy.
Yeah.
Which we're given to understand is the cardinal sin that women commit in relationships, is being too emotionally invested too soon.
Yeah.
And so the piece is going to be all like, oh, you know, like, call him all the time and like bring a bunch of plants to his apartment and give them
Oh
nicknames.
yeah, men
like,
hate plants.
Yeah, it's just like be too invested too soon. And so in order to write this piece, Andy needs to pick up a guy at a bar and then like do all this shit and drive him away within 10 days. Meanwhile,
There's a meanwhile.
Meanwhile, Matthew McConaughey.
And the meanwhile involves Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he works at a diamond company.
Could we just pause for a sec?
Yeah.
Do they make diamonds?
I think maybe they're an advertising company. And they have, I think they're an advertising company and they're coming up with an ad campaign to sell diamonds.
Okay.
And Matthew McConaughey has this idea. He's like kind of a junior guy at the company, and there's this team of 2 women that's senior to him that has this diamond company account, and he really wants it. And so they're like, okay, if you can get a woman to fall in love with you in 10 days using our diamond ads, he needs to prove he knows what women want in order to get this diamond company contract.
Was this before or
Because
after the
otherwise
equally
these women
incredible Tom Hanks film, What Women Want?
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen What Women Want. But if it was a Tom Hanks rom-com, this would have been after it. Because Tom Hanks had like safely moved out of that phase of his career.
Just to point out, I think I described it to you before. What Women Want, Tom Hanks learns how to read minds.
Yeah, this sounds
And he
earlier.
works at an advertising company.
This sounds earlier. No, so these 2 ladies who work at the advertising firm have the diamonds account, but Matthew McConaughey wants it, but he needs to prove he understands women, so he needs to get a woman to fall in love with him within 10 days in order to prove that. You can see the situation we've set up for ourselves here. Andy, Kate Hudson, needs to drive a guy away within 10 days, but Matthew McConaughey needs a woman to fall in love with him within 10 days. So no matter
This
what...
seems impossible.
No
They
matter...
should just give up.
Exactly.
It will never
That's
work.
That's what I said. In order for Matthew McConaughey to make his point, he needs to stay in this crazy relationship for 10 days while she's doing her best to drive him away and act insane.
I would watch this film.
It's really not fun.
Okay.
It's just like, it's not like charming or funny. It's just sexist and unappealing. Like, it's just tired and... Anyway, obviously they fall in love at the end, and everybody gets what they want. And Matthew McConaughey makes money selling diamonds, and Kate Hudson gets to write her political piece at her women's magazine.
Yeah.
The way I'm talking, it makes it sound like women's magazines can't run political pieces, but that's not what I'm saying. She just works for somewhere that's like Cosmo.
Sounds like what you're saying.
No, like Teen Vogue does some great political stuff these days. But that's not the type of place she works for. Ooh, look at us. Can we not walk on the wall?
Yeah, we can walk
Yeah,
on.
we can walk on the wall.
Little bit of oxygen,
Yeah.
little bit of
Ooh.
another statue.
Ooh.
Hey, bud. You gonna do some terrifying stuff?
Oh no. Oh no.
Little bit of writing on the thing.
Can we get into the ash twin
Alignment.
cord from somewhere? That's the other thing we need to do.
So we know this. I wonder if we can get in from the Ash Twin Tower, actually. Yeah, that's probably how you do get in.
Hmm.
So it was sent.
Okay, so the white hole cores go to the planets, and the black hole cores go to the ash twin. So they're a matched set in that respect, which I don't think I put together.
Hmm. So we want to go.
Oh, sorry, Lewis, to answer your question about how she didn't lose the guy in 10 days, they do temporarily break up because everybody's heart is broken by the fact that they were lying to each other. But then she chases him down on the Brooklyn Bridge, or vice versa. Maybe he chases her down on the Brooklyn Bridge. Anyway, one of them is in a cab and he's on a motorcycle. And they reunite very dramatically. So he... Oh yeah, so the sorry, the whole denouement of this film happens at like a Met Gala analog, where they're both and their respective bosses are at some huge fancy party, and that's where they find out that they've both been playing each other in this respect. And at this party, she confronts him and she's like, "I can't believe you were lying to me." And his bosses witness that, and they're like, "Oh, she must be in love with you, given how strong her emotional reaction was." And so that's why he gets what he wants. But meanwhile, they've broken up because they were lying to each other, and so that's how she gets what she wants.
Oh.
And then they one of them is on the way to the airport. I think she's on the way to the airport, and then he chases her down in his motorcycle, and they kiss, etc. Anyway, extremely disappointing compared to 10 Things I Hate About You, which is a wonderful film.
Which we will recount in detail at the end of our next game.
I mean, you should just go watch it for yourself because it's beautiful. It's really delightful.
No,
Not you. No, anyone who's watching. Lewis, you should watch 10 Things I Hate About You. It's delightful. How do we get into the middle of the ash twin? Is my other question.
So I'm wondering, one of these towers is a warp to the ash twin.
Can we do that?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We should try to do that.
But there isn't a clear warp core here, so the thing we kind of came here specifically for, unless it's going to be one of these. No, I mean the device is being kind of mangled as well.
Yeah, that's true. What about those up and down things in there?
They just go up and down. There's not a hole for them to go through. They just get up and down up here. Actually, might reread this because I didn't quite understand all of it. I wanted to make sure I get it. So all of them are taken there.
Yeah, because the black half goes to the ash twin and the white half goes to the planet. Six warp receivers. Can we see the diagram again? All right, 6 planets.
They talk about that on this one. They basically say. Okay, I think I understand. Basically, there's 2 here. Yeah, I would go.
I feel like we haven't made use of the information that things pop out of the white hole before they go into it.
Yeah, apart from, I think we have actually gained some time in general on this. Where's our ship at the moment? Oh, let's.
No idea.
There was. I think we've seen all of it, but there is a ash twin injection stone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's the room you love to go into.
Yeah, it's cool there. I enjoy it.
It's cool and nice. Don't worry about it.
Is our ship still on the ash twin?
Yeah.
Can we get back there?
Maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Yeah, it's the heart of the ash twin project.
That's what I like to see. So the advanced core, maybe that's what we need to put in the vessel.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, guys, everybody's supportive.
Because I guess actually there's always combinations for these that we haven't seen before.
Mm.
Hey guys, how you doing? Just quick reminder, we've only met one other person who okay. I'm gonna jump into the black hole, for lack of a better thing to do. Oh. There we go.
Oh man, it's not on Netflix. We've been having trouble with other places to watch movies lately, haven't we?
Yeah.
Can we warp to Brittle Hollow and then warp from there back to the Ash Twin? Does that work?
Maybe. I mean, we were just on Brittle Hollow, but...
Or can you only go into the black warp core out of the white one? Does that work?
So I think you can go... Is it already turning? Oh yeah, because we've already walked out of this once.
Can we warp other places from here besides Brittle Hollow?
I don't think so. I think it's been pre-set up. Well, there. We're closer now.
Maybe we might just need to die about it.
Yeah, I would die about it. Let's die by seeing if we can fly to the sun.
No, let's just fly to the moon.
Yeah, the moon is what I mean. Obviously, I mean the moon.
Little sun.
We actually can. Maybe. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Go, go. I think we're falling. I can't really tell.
I mean, as soon as we run out of fuel, we'll use our oxygen up, so that's good.
Yeah, that's cool.
For our purposes.
What's this? Oh, that's the distress beacon light. Should we go chat with this guy? No, wait, he's not here. This is just...
Yeah, he's down in the depths.
It's quite nice here. Can you read this? Yeah, must have. I have no time for this. Right, let's just use up that fuel. Come back, moon.
Sort of a mini ash ember situation happening with the lava falling off of this moon as well.
We actually have no idea where this planet started falling apart right now.
Well, I think it's just because it looks cool.
Yeah, maybe. There we go. Oh, we almost made it.
It's a horrible sound. So is the sound we make when we wake up, I should say.
Well, I think when we die from I think we only make that sound when we die from lack of oxygen.
Oh, really? Maybe.
This also makes sense that that's the way that you actually intended to get to the sun station, not Maverick.
It was rogue, and I think it worked. I think we all learned a lot that day about orbits.
So we kind of have a little bit of time to kill because we.
Yeah, what do we do with our time?
I would actually go to the lab again, the high energy lab.
Yeah, why not?
Just because it said there was a plan for the designs in there. I'd also read the ticker.
Who?
The ticker. Read the thing in our ship that tells us what's going on.
Oh yeah, we should do that too, but that won't take up any time.
No.
Thanks to our ingenious choice of settings.
Yeah, this is fine. Oh, this is quite fine.
Oh. No, it's not now.
I think the game is nice, and if you're locked onto one planet, that's the thing. That you don't feel the gravity of other planets. Well, at least when you're in this view. What do we put on?
Suit.
It's that. Light my way.
Extreme spike.
Health advice from the CDC: don't land on the spike.
I mean, that's not to bring the conversation back to coronavirus,
No,
because
that's-
everyone's conversation throughout the world has been exclusively coronavirus. We're all gonna be so
Listen,
sick
we're not
of,
special.
no, I know, but we're all gonna be so sick of corona chat, like, imminently.
Yeah, true.
No, but that's one of the aspects of this that scares me the most, and I haven't heard many people talking about yet, is just once the healthcare system is overwhelmed, it will be exceedingly difficult to get treatment for anything else that's wrong. You know, like, I have a friend who's due to give birth in early July, and that's right around the time that the virus is peaking. I don't know what you do in a situation like that. There's kind of nothing that can be done. You're just staring down this inevitability.
I think for things like
some of
the.
the, I mean, like, just to not to put too fine a point on it, but there are reports coming out of Italy, first-person accounts that are like, yeah, in the hospital we don't treat each other by specialty anymore. We're not obstetricians and surgeons and intensivists. We're all in charge of coronavirus, and that's what we're all doing with our time. And man, what a situation.
I think, for better or worse, it might. The fact that pregnancy is complete. Like, pregnancy is a known quantity
Yeah.
in hospitals. They basically know how many people are going to be pregnant every day, give or take. It can be a factor of 2 in a small hospital because numbers vary a lot. It will be high on their list of things to be planning around. That doesn't mean that the situation will be fine, but gives more hope. Obscure procedures are going to be.
I'm less worried specifically for her than I am for anyone who needs medical treatment in the next 3 months.
Yeah.
For reasons other than this, you know. Anyone who needs chemo, anyone who needs, I mean, like, again, that's a routine thing, that's a scheduled thing in advance, but anyone who needs emergency surgery, like, what if you got appendicitis? Like, that's not gonna stop.
Equally, people won't want to go into hospitals, and hospitals won't want people coming into them.
I know.
Because that is just a great way
Even
to.
if they had the resources to treat you, they don't really have the space, or they won't really have the space. That's really, really difficult.
I've shown this graph a few times now on stream, but variations on flatten the curve graphs.
Yeah.
It's one of a nice little animation of. I don't actually think it's a problem. It's just a flu. And then the other person's like, I'm going to wash my hands because I don't want everyone to die.
Goofus and Gallant. I've told you about Goofus.
Yeah,
and
you
Gallant.
have. Why isn't he called Doofus?
Because it's got to start with G. Doofus and Gallant doesn't even make sense. Goofus is a goof.
Why not?
That's what
Jabroni
he
and Gallant.
is. Jabroni and nice guy.
No, it starts with a G. I mean, it doesn't, does it?
No, it's
How do you spell
I've
jabroni?
always spelled it with a J. But
Does it? Is it?
It's not.
Is
really,
it a word?
Not really. No, it's not really a word.
It's just a thing you say sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's not just for you.
I mean, is it not just you?
I didn't invent jabroni. I learned it from some jabroni in an improv class once.
I don't know the way. It's this way.
Brony.
Jabroni
Jabroni macaroni.
gained popularity as a phrase. I was going to
We
make a
should
kind of
do
My
one of
Little
those-
Pony jokes, but
What about that Google thing where you can see people's search queries as a function of time?
oh yeah, no, we should
We should do
actually.
that for jabroni. I'd be curious.
Basically, anyone who makes an argument based off that data, be really cautious of it, but at the same time, it is
This
kind of
one's pretty
fascinating.
Fun, yeah. You just did a 359-degree traverse around that circle.
Yeah. I'm a very talented climber.
Yeah, he's very talented.
I'm very good at, what was it? I'm actually very good at video games.
I'm the video game boy.
I'm the one who wins.
Shout out to BDG, longtime viewer of this channel.
Also, that's not him who said that.
Oh, it's not.
That's-
I don't know. I didn't see it firsthand.
Yes, you did.
Did I? Oh, yeah. It was Carboys.
No.
No, what was it?
I mean,
then?
actually, you know, they are all the same.
Wasn't it Carboys? I don't know what
It
it
was Game Grumps.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's who it was. I mean, is this the detailed schematic, or I was told there would be a detailed schematic?
Remind me what happens when we that ball in this floor. What happens with that?
That's a good question. I shan't.
Remind me. I want to remind.
Is it another one of those ones which does nothing?
No, it's too big. Can't be one that does nothing.
Oh, it opens up this, and then we
Oh,
can
that's
experiment
right.
with
We can
the.
mess around. Oh, fuck this. Let's go to the Ashton.
Yeah. I don't feel like I learned anything from coming here. Maybe would do if I read all the things.
A little bit of time.
Oh, we also didn't actually read the thing in our ship.
Yeah. Also, did we want to reread the wall here? Is that something?
No.
No.
I mean, maybe.
Nah. Well, like the door is open. We can come back. So choose.
Yeah. Ship, where are you?
Ah. It's behind you.
It's not, is it?
No.
I'm retracing
Maybe
our
it's-
steps
Oh yeah.
on the map that I forget is there about every hour or so. We may be in orbit.
Just a big jump. Yeah, let's read our ship thing.
Oh, low grav planets are nice. That's about Mars gravity, 0.6, I think.
I thought Mars was lower. Ooh, there's more to see. Oh, is that just that we haven't read them yet?
Oh yeah, it's because it's a new one.
Yes, the advanced warp core. That's what we want. Wait, I'm sorry. Catching up. Cool.
Right, let's see if we can get into the middle of the ash twin. Where are you, ash twin?
It's always where you least expect it.
It's there.
I least expected it there. So. Yeah, that double one. That's what we want.
Yeah. Oh, no. Everything is
Settle
fine.
down. What's the problem?
I'm sorry, would you like to buy the ship? Because you'd be welcome to.
Oh, thanks. Which one is which is the question.
Oh, yeah, that's the point.
I mean, if we get it wrong, we can just do it again. It's not a problem, really.
This one's got kind of a library theme going. This one's got kind of a terrible...
Whichever one sucks ass, that's gonna be the ash one, surely. Actually, I hate both these ones.
Let's try this one.
Yeah, let's try this one. Let's keep track of which one we tried, such that we don't
Yeah,
try
this is the like complete one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, no, there we go.
What? Who? What?
We are... It was the wrong one.
Yeah.
We can probably get to the... probably get to it with the jetpack.
Yeah, I think so.
Where is it? It's becoming along here sometime. There we go.
And
Yes!
nice, nice. Nice?
Come back! Okay, we're now moving towards it, so everything's fine. Yeah.
Nice.
The sun tower? Where's the... okay.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Stop, you terrible person. Gravity should bring us down, right?
Yeah. Do we want to refuel
I mean, yeah, but...
at the ship?
Oh, because the ship is still here.
Mm.
Clever.
Unless it's been buried in sand.
No, it should have been... Well, I left it here.
Oh, right. The sand is leaving this planet. Not,
Yeah.
Not.
But the ship is not...
Did it move? Why did it move?
I get the feeling that the ship might not be as permanent, like it might not be actually
Alright, well, let's
in a good sense.
forget refueling.
Yeah, let's just...
Try warping. The other one. Which is that one, right?
We were in the Fallen... No, we weren't in the Fallen Down one before. We were in the whole one. Is it going to work, given that there's no...
Fingers crossed. If it doesn't, we can just die about it again.
Yeah, that didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
How do we get to the centre of the
Wait, I
asteroid?
don't understand how that happened. And
The
it didn't
sign
happen
picked us up.
before.
It's
But
true.
why didn't that happen before?
Yeah, good question.
Let's try that again. I feel like something's going wrong that time.
Okay. They are relatively, they're some of the furthest out of the ash twin, these towers, so you might be able to get into them pretty quickly.
There won't be anything new on the
Yeah.
thing, will there?
New news, you died falling through a sand volcano.
A little box pops up that just says sand.
Sand, not your friend.
Ash.
Sand, Ford.
That's Ash. Ash. Is it Ashford International? Is that a station?
Yeah. It's where we go to when we're going to Kent. Just simply land. No. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna go this way. Not that anything's going to be doable yet, so let's go look at the weird little thing. Because it takes a little while for it to even start pouring.
Yeah, weird little nubby.
Yeah.
If we could just go in that's the core.
Well, no, because this has a bottom.
Yeah.
When when all the sand is gone, it's...
Oh, that's right, it's that thing. We're at the pole.
Yeah. There we go. Starting.
Nice.
We'll just walk after this for a little while.
Seems good.
Oh, so here's the sun tower.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a guess. I think our picture of what the surface of the sun looks like has changed since they made this game. That's not like a, why didn't they get it right, but just a... I don't know, you've just opened my eyes to how much we don't know about the sun.
I love the sun. I think the sun is amazing. I really do.
Yeah. It is just
Like,
not
in the
one of those
past,
stars, though.
No, in the past 2 months I've kind of felt like, yeah, every culture that worships the sun, like, they're right. That's the right thing to do.
Hey, interloper. I'm all about them tree worshipping cultures.
Yeah, trees are good, but what are trees but sun worshippers themselves?
They've got sticks.
We do have sticks, I hate that.
I do hate sticks. It's Stanley the pigeon who hates sticks is probably unexplainable, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, he's a pigeon who hates sticks.
He's just a character
There
we
we
do
go.
that's a pigeon who hates sticks. Much more natural to it.
Yeah, he's much more explainable than just a fox princess.
He is actually not that complicated.
Yeah.
As these things go, oh yeah, that land bridge, that's what we want. Side note, I remember being taught, as a 7-year-old, that people crossed a land bridge over the Bering Sea from Asia to North America.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this. I have opinions on this.
Yes.
Um,
And that is how North America was first populated by Homo sapiens.
hmm.
But is it not obvious that it was probably an ice bridge that they crossed rather than a land bridge? Or they just sailed a boat, which they had. There were lots of boats. I don't think this was a one-time event. I think there was certainly a lot of cross-cultural communication because it's just a pretty narrow sea and you can see the other side of it, and why wouldn't you trade across it if you knew that was a thing? Like,
we talk all the time about, well,
there we go.
but people,
They're
they're not ready yet though.
how do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
We only have 3 months.
Yeah, they're ready. No, they're not yet. Because it's further down than this.
This is the oxygen left.
This is the thing. I mean, we got quite a lot.
3 minutes.
We talked similarly about. Oh, I know why we didn't get pulled out before. Because there was a roof. Because there's no roof here.
So what do we do?
I don't know. I don't know if this is the solution to our problems.
How do we get in there? Can we take its warp core out and put it somewhere else? Is that a possible thing?
Yeah, maybe. But we similarly talk about the first people arriving in Britain as people being able to walk across in a time when the oceans were low, and maybe that's true, but we might not have been doing full sailing boat for a long time, but humans have been swimming basically a lot longer than there have been boats. Rafts are among the easier to kind of.
But we don't have a lot of oxygen left, and I'm getting nervous about it.
I'm as on top of this as we can be.
Okay. Are we in the wrong one again?
We are in the wrong one. I'm wondering if we could swap the cores.
Mm.
No, it's not clear that we can pick it up. Should we just try it again?
Yeah, let's try it one more time. And then if it doesn't work, we can do something else.
But also maybe stop for the evening.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't work out, I'd probably actually at some point just look it up as well. Oh, we've got to wait until the sand isn't here. No.
I see. Okay, so we should go back to the ship and oxygenate.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it.
Ship is over here. Plans. It's the same kind of really wanting the world to be discrete thinking that I think has been something that we've been seeing the problems of in science for a while. The want for there to be like they can't cross before then they cross in the brief period where the ocean's not there.
And then they never cross again, and then that's how the English and the French got started.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. So
Yeah, that's why we don't like them. Useful.
Oh, a little four-eyed little stick figure yourself.
Yeah. I don't know. It's quite possible that in all me saying this, that there's actually a much more varied scholarship about this than we're really representing.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we really know.
We're not even very full. Hey, Quantum Moon. If I look away, do you go away even here? Yeah, you do. And we can see
that
this
really
live.
means we don't have much time. If we pick up that warp core after the sand is gone, and then we've got to really book it to get to the vessel, that seems crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm still not
What do we do?
convinced. Although warping, I don't know. I do like every time that I'm like, why did that happen? That was stupid. I'm like, oh no, actually there is a thoughtful reason for it. Like, why we would pull out of one and not the other. The game, I think I said this before, is quite good at being consistent in its own logic. Hey, Quantum Moon.
Oh, he just hangs out.
Yeah, I'm not sure he even orbits.
I like him. Yeah, I don't know if he does either.
Everybody likes the
look like
Quantum
an
Moon.
orbit.
He's everyone's favourite.
Oh,
Also,
it's just inclined. Maybe it is an orbit, but it's inclined.
yeah, maybe. Ooh.
Whew. Can we simply look at the center of the ash twin from here?
God, that would make life easier, wouldn't it? No, can't zoom in more than this. It's only halfway drained, really.
Well, volume scales our cues. That's my point.
It's a pretty good point. I would go outside and have another look.
I think we should be prepared to hop in as soon as the sand is gone.
Actually, we should go hang out in one of the towers, because otherwise they'll be way above us when the sand comes back. That might be what you were just saying. I just didn't understand it. But. Well, this planet with this nice light gravity is pretty forgiving.
Doesn't work though.
Here comes sand. I refuse to look up, and then I can't be made to warp. It's a weird little gravitational anomaly somewhere there that keeps jumping me up. I don't think it's on purpose. I think it's just where's the interloper about now?
I don't know. He just went down over the horizon, I think.
Where are you, buddy? Oops. Gravity's not very strong on this planet.
Weaker and weaker all the time.
Do. Oh, is it gone? Is it stopped?
Did it?
I don't know. No, it's still going. I just realised these two planets aren't tidally locked,
No.
which is necessary for,
For this binary.
yeah. That's not very realistic, actually. There it goes. How's it looking?
Pretty low, pretty low.
Just spike myself on that cactus. It's good. I'm gonna posit that I don't think it's coming back.
Agree.
Also, I don't think we get another rotation in before. 3 minutes is plenty of time. We'll probably die from like 2 other things before then.
Agree.
What do we think?
What do you mean? What do you think?
Do we think it's going to stop in time?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep a lookout. Right. It is open.
If we've gotten this wrong again, we can do that thing where we sleep for like 20 of the 22 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Star big.
Thing bad?
Am I hearing sand again? No. Surely not.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
That's cool though. I kept us out of the way.
Nice. Well, how on earth are we gonna have time then?
Well, I guess you can just let it go around one more time.
Oh, we need to get more oxygen.
Oh, yeah. I reckon there might be oxygen in one of these towers.
How much do you reckon?
I don't reckon enough. Give me that oxygen, give me that fuel, give me that med pack. First I assumed that whatever was at the base of these towers was going to be what made it happen, but that did not seem to be the case.
I bet we get down there and there's some crazy time thing that happens where it's all, we got plenty of time again.
Oh, if we get down there and it's like, here's the thing which makes you invulnerable to ghost matter.
Maybe we
That
get
would be
down
my
there
top
and
tip.
it's like, here, we're gonna reverse your time loop so that the sand flows backwards and you have 22 more minutes to go get the core in the thing, whatever.
Maybe this was wrong or that something's about to go supernova and... Because, yeah, that...
I mean, it feels like we have to be able to warp from here. Like, we could have warped from any of the others. Right?
Yeah, I mean, the ceiling being broken, I don't know how important that is. Like, it's clearly important for the sand coming in, but...
The sand flowing out is what it really is.
Don't be sand.
Don't stop. No sand, I think. No! What the fuck, man? When does it stop?
Because it does stop, doesn't
stop.
it?
It does stop, and then there's a little time after that.
Yeah. Maybe we just... Because we did come straight here. Maybe we were just
Yeah.
we were just basically sitting here for 22 minutes. Look at... The,
Big. Star big.
has it eaten the interloper already? Yes.
Has it? Oh, then we're fucked. We're boned, as my brother's friends used to say.
Yeah, that's the polite way to say that.
Yeah. I feel like this has to work. Slash, if it doesn't, we should just look it up.
Yeah. Just, I don't know if anyone needs this FYI, but if you're enjoying a game for the world and the story and you had to look up how to get through a thing, you probably won't
There's the
much dampen
sound, there's
your
the music.
enjoyment of
Just
the
keeping
game.
it straight up.
Yeah. Maybe I'll walk to the centre of the sun. It would be kind of fitting if at the absolute last moment we walked to
Yeah.
the core.
I mean, we're on track for that to be true, if this works at all.
If the sand comes back, I'm gonna be so mad.
There won't be any sand. It definitely stops. Home. On. Where the fuck is the average one?
So now it goes small. I think we see the sun twice for each rotation, just to be confusing.
God, hurry up!
I mean, it's not like.
Die.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
No, it's not, is it?
Oh, there it
Really?
is.
Hurry!
Maybe.
Hurry!
I think not.
No, I think not too.
Well,
Let's look this biz up.
yeah.
You have your phone.
Yeah. Just so you don't get the whole thing, maybe like specifically how do you get to the Ash Twin Core?
I just cleared your notification center. I'm trying to swipe up to unlock.
No, the cool thing is that to unlock you clear your notifications. I just don't understand that phone basically.
Cool.
Are you in?
I'm in.
Do you know my
I'm
password?
in. Yeah, I just shut it off though. I don't remember how to get to the home screen. Which button is it? Oh, is it swipe up? No, I got it. Okay. Outer Wilds.
You probably don't have to clear the notifications, but yeah, I don't really get it. It's the recent iPhone, the one which does facial recognition and doesn't have a home button. They're still there somewhere, but I never look at them. I do sometimes look at them. I've worked out where they are now.
Okay. Okay, you'll need to wait for 3 pull passes so you can see the towers. Once more ash has been removed, you'll be able to hide underneath the bridge connecting the 2 towers. Wait until the ash passes overhead, and once you are directly under it, run into the broken tower. You will then warp into the ash twin core.
Okay, so it is just get into the broken tower at the right time, basically.
Yeah, but it seems like we don't need to wait nearly as long as we did last time.
So actually, because it came over a few times last time, I found that we could just hit that thing. So I think maybe even easier than what they're saying there is to just do what I was doing then. When it started pulling us up, and I just hit that lip, and then run there.
Will that work?
Yeah, I think so. Because I don't think there's anything special about hiding under the bridge as much as just not being sucked up by the sand was what went wrong before.
I vote this is the last thing we do today.
Might be the last thing we need to do, depending on.
Well, we need to get the thing in the vessel.
Well, if we get it on this pass, I would go put it in the vessel.
There might be a bunch to see in there, though.
Yeah, true. Fast boy. So you can have a circular orbit in a, because it's a 1/r, not 1/r squared force law that they're using. You don't have Keplerian periods. If any game developer ever comes across this and is like, I'd like to do something like that, I want to know how to code it, get in touch with us. We'd love to help people code stuff like that.
Very true.
It's both not easy and not obvious, and you shouldn't feel at all foolish for not getting it easily, but also we can do it easy. We should decide, even now or soonish, what's next on the list of games to play together.
Yeah.
I would think about maybe Kentucky Route Zero next.
Sounds good.
Ocarina of Time is definitely on that list, but I'm not sure.
I mean, we might be about to be cooped up together for a few weeks.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk at the internet so that we don't have to talk to each other.
Small.
Oh, did I want to go in here?
Life is Strange.
Mm.
I've never heard of it, but I wouldn't be the one to know.
I've heard of it. I don't know exactly. I don't know that much about it, but it's very loved. It's this. I can't even remember what the story is exactly. It's roughly of an era of stuff like Gone Home, which you don't know, and Her Story. Relatively early in the. Oh,
No,
look.
I saw Gone Home. You showed me Gone Home. That's the horror one, right?
No, that was just Home.
Mm.
I mean, Gone Home is also has its moments of horror, but
Okay, so we hide under this bridge, and then we
Think-
run into the broken tower.
I think that's just how to avoid. Yeah.
Oh, avoiding the sand. I see.
Oh yeah, because the doors of the broken tower is down here.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Baby, Buffy.
Yeah, I think about Life is Strange. Life is Strange, I think, is episodic, which could work well.
Sure.
Hmm.
Oh, awesome.
Whilst we were talking about this earlier today, I have no real ambitions of making money from this stream. I just don't think that's like a thing I want to be doing. I would love it if developers started sending me free games, which does happen to streamers at some level of popularity that isn't kind of impossible, because it's just good business for everyone.
I'm trying to remember if there's any games I'd recommended to you that we haven't played. Kind of don't think so.
I mean, I take your recommendations pretty seriously because I'm always scared you're not going to like the game.
Oh,
I'm not so much anymore, but
which one is the broken tower?
this one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so we gotta be looking up and running in, I guess.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh. Oh, it's weird in here.
Oh, it's what? Okay. Hey everybody.
Dr. Nick. Which of those did we meet? Oh, we're the Timber Hearth.
We're the Timber Half one, and our buddy's the Giant's
Deep
Deep one. One of it's receiving data from the probe tracking module.
Interesting.
But we've been to the probe tracking module.
Just as bad in person.
Oh, I think they're nice. I can't remember which one's us.
Oh man, do you think that was the bramble seed? Subterranean plants that we found?
Maybe. Yeah, possibly. That they maybe took it out from the middle.
Mm.
So that's the centre of the two towers.
Mm. Mm. So that's what's exploding the sun, not the interloper.
Which is maybe giving the power needed for us to be revived.
Mm. I'm so confused about how our species has evolved. I don't understand the timelines here.
I do think that they might have been dead for a long, long time.
But how did they, if the sun is exploding?
But maybe they never exploded the sun in some timeline where they...
Mm.
I agree, I'm not completely clear either. We can end this cycle at will.
So maybe they stopped it and then somehow we started it again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or maybe the sun station just never worked and it is the interloper causing it.
Oh, it is the interloper, yeah. Oh, that's right. We knew that the sun station didn't work. We learned that somewhere else.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. It is the interloper.
God, maybe they brought the interloper. Because they were in it.
There we go. Okay. I think we are all correct about our...
So we got a bunch of projection stones.
We've seen all this, should we?
I think we have. Let's. I'm more interested to keep going. Okay.
Mm. That looks important.
Artificial gravity control.
Do we want to do that first?
Yeah.
Okay. What about this one?
Yeah, no, okay, the gravity's gone. No, come back. Go up. There's also things to read here. Moving the core will disable the Astron project.
Oh, so we need to finish the game.
Can we just- Okay, got a warp core. Where's the ship? North Pole? I'm waiting until I see it on the map. Whoa. Let's just choose a pole.
That's the music. Guess we gotta book it to Dark Bramble.
Does the supernova happen in Dark Bramble?
Can't remember. I think it does.
Oh, you Dark Bramble.
Maybe this is just music because we did that. So I think we still have a bit of time left.
Yeah, I mean that did not feel like the normal. So the sun's not supernova included.
Yeah. Also, the sand is still happening, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is slightly different music.
Yeah.
Is that human resource machine the one that we used in the lab?
Yeah, we used it to inspire some teaching we did. Didn't use the game itself, but you wrote that lab. I like that lab a lot. My students liked it. It's one of the more successful lab ones.
Yeah, I was proud of that one. I had a lot of unsuccessful labs that semester. That one came out well.
That was your first semester of running labs, wasn't it? I don't know if you would have been ready at that moment to hear that every time you do something for the first time it's bad.
True. Alright, we want the red one.
Yep, we want the red one and then we want
gotta
to
be
just
real
glide
quiet.
on through.
Just glide on quietly through. It's always that one. Well, they're not even very scary once you know the secret. But yeah, we used human resource machine to sort of teach some programming to some undergrad students conceptually, like how do you write instructions to accomplish a task when the thing that's interpreting the instructions can only think extremely literally.
So we should be coming now upon the eggs. I'm pretty sure it's over to the left.
I can't remember. I trust your judgment. Exactly, yeah. And they were all undergrads that had no programming experience, so it was like they just hadn't taught that way before, really.
Nope, that looks like a fish, so it must be the one behind it.
So it was all like writing numbers on index cards. And we had a little memory bank where you could store them. And then you could do operations like put down, pick up.
And obviously, because we're the that's not the Eva. Which way is it? That one, maybe.
We gotta try one.
I mean, we can just go check them out because as you get closer, you can see the fish. Yeah, there we go. And obviously, one thing that's quite effective about it is that the instructor ends up being the thing that I can't remember in your version if it had this, that you were kind of the thing actually doing the computing.
It ended up that way, yeah.
So you can tell them like what their things generate.
Yeah.
And it's quite a good middle ground to help people understand a uncompromising computer and an uncompromising horrible grad student instructor.
Nice. Do we have our piece of paper where we wrote down the code anywhere?
It's in the log.
Oh yeah.
Is it here we want to go?
I don't remember. Can't hurt.
I think we might have just gone to the same place twice, so let's try the upper one.
It's an anglerfish!
It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Everything's fine if we don't make sounds. We won't know where we are. Okay, cool. I hate this place. I'm gonna get out and fix the thing, do we think? That looks like an anglerfish there.
That is an anglerfish.
Yeah. So where's the other light?
They both look like they're moving. Did we follow the vines? I can't remember how we found it before.
We fired a
No,
pod
I know, but
through and that.
it was like,
Then we followed the tracking signal for that.
yeah. But it was like caught in some vines, no?
Yeah, it was. How could you hear me? You suck.
Yeah, bite the vine. That's fine. Do that.
I'll go this way. Silently. No. Oh, we might have to do it another time anyway.
Well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah,
Should run out the clock regardless.
definitely. And or get eaten by the anglerfish.
Wait, I don't know what happens though. We've ended the asteroid project. know if we're capable of dying now. Like, I'm sure there's a way to fix that within the game and, like, be okay.
Yeah.
I think what we're gonna have to do next time is use the kind of wasted 8 minutes at the beginning to put our probe where it needs to be.
Yeah, maybe. Or we could have just done that when we came in, but...
I mean, but if we're wasting those 8 minutes, why not?
Hearing otherworldly sounds. Does that mean the vessel's maybe near? This way, perhaps? It's just the wall of the cabin. How do we feel about flying back towards the centre? I wonder if they're hearing...
Oh, that's fun.
The top one's an anglerfish. It seems stationary. Might be too late. That might be supernova time. Yeah. Also feel like we're going in circles in here. Ooh, yeah, heard. Thought about hearing. But at least all the anglerfish are going to die. No, wow.
Yeah. Didn't make it.
I have some respect if the game actually just decided to end here, but I think...
I think we're gonna be able to go back. I suspect it.
Oh, because in a way the Ashram Project ending is kind of like...
No more loops, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you could also see the saving of the game as the Ashram Project at work.
It's from the garden. It was stuck in here.
So we're close to finishing it, but we've got to do some more awful
Well, we
awful
go.
bits. Oh
we
yeah, I
place
like
the
your idea
scout,
of putting it first.
and then we go back
Yeah.
to the ash twin and resume our lives.
So thank you for joining us.
I think it's fitting that this game ends with a combination of the planet I love the most, which is Dark Bramble, and the planet I hate the most, which is the ash twin.
Brittle Hollow is the only good planet,
Oh, I like Brittle
and
Hollow.
I'll die on this.
I like Timberhearth as well.
I
I like Giant's Deep. I like them all except the Ember and Ash Twin.
think I plan on being online for quite a lot of tomorrow, so drop in a stream and let me know, and I'd love to come and have a look about the KSP stream. Have you heard about this?
No.
Lewis has been, last weekend he did Kerbal Space Program, but not time warping, so not speeding up or slowing down time,
Oh, amazing.
so that the maneuvers are in real time.
That's
so
so
lasts
cool.
over like 12 hours and requires planning.
That's awesome.
We'll watch on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
Have a great night. Thank you for
Sunday.
joining.
Okay, well, we'll see you
Oh, Sunday. Well, still.
around.
You know.
Yeah.
Bye.